Hi, my name is Walter Beede, and I'm here with the Baseball Blue Book Bullet Point. And today we're talking transfer portal, hot two-word topic with regard to college baseball. And a lot of parents and student athletes believe the transfer portal is a Division I cannibalizing other Division I programs. They want to know, how does it affect college baseball as a whole? Does it affect Division II and Division III? Does it affect JUCO and NAIA? The answer to that question is a definitive yes. Transfer portal affects all of college baseball. And the reason we have such a high volume of student athletes in the transfer portal might not be what you think it is. It has to do with Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball made significant changes, which created a cosmic shift, which I have written a book about called The Shift. And what's happened is we've had an elimination of 42 minor league teams, referred to as short season teams. We've also had a reduction in rounds in the draft. In 2020, it was 5 rounds, and ever since then, it's been 20 rounds. We've gone from 1,500 student athletes being drafted across high school and college down to 650 to 700. And of that 650 to 700, the vast majority, well over 80%, coming out of Division I baseball. What does that mean? That means that there are hundreds and hundreds of student athletes that are now in college that probably would have been in pro baseball many years ago. And what that has done is it's made the game older, it's made the game bigger, faster, and most importantly, stronger. Here's a fact for you as a parent. What you need to understand is the role of high school recruits within all of college baseball has been permanently affected. Meaning, it used to be college roster would, as far as a recruiting class, would be comprised of 10 to 12 student athletes. There'd be 3 to 4 blue chip athletes that were probably athletes that the coaches felt were going to be making an immediate impact. There would be those 4 or 5 core roster caliber players, and maybe 3 or 4 athletes that a coaching staff could dream on a little bit and kind of hope that they would develop. Those athletes that the coaches used to dream on, they are no longer part of the recruiting class. Even those roster fillers, that mid-tier group of high school student athletes, they've all been replaced by college athletes across all levels and divisions of college baseball. Here's a reality that you need to know that high school travel programs are not going to share with you. The days of perfect game and PBR being a part of the recruiting process, it's antiquated. Most college coaches, believe it or not, are at college summer leagues. The Hampton League, the Futures League, the Northwoods League, the California League, the Texas League, the Massachusetts New England College Baseball League, and most importantly, the Cape Cod Summer League. Those are where college coaches are spending a lot of time evaluating players that are either A, in the current transfer portal, or B, expected to go into the portal. That's the reality. That's the harsh reality that you as parents have to know. How does this affect college baseball at all levels? Right now, this time of year, which is in the fall, as I'm speaking to you, the fall rosters are being cut from 50, in some cases as high as 60, down to 40. That's 10 to 20 student athletes across 200 to 300 colleges at the Division I level that are cutting various amounts of athletes, even scholarship athletes. A side note that you need to be aware of, even though your son may be offered a scholarship, the sad reality is in the fall of his freshman year, yes, within the first 3 to 4 months, your son could be told that there's no room on the roster for the spring. He'll be asked to relinquish his scholarship so that he's able to transfer without penalty laterally to another Division I school. If he doesn't and elects to stay in his current college until the completion of the spring semester, he's going to have to establish a year of residency at the next school in order to play at a Division I level. That means a lot of athletes go down to Division II, Division III. If you're a freshman or a sophomore, you can go to JUCO or you go to NAIA. Parents, you need to understand, if your sons are looking into Division II, Division III, NAIA, you need to be asking college coaches, hey, Are you active in the portal? Do you get a lot of fallback, blowback from the Division I levels that find their way onto your rosters? And by that I mean, let's assume your son is playing at a Division III, NAIA school, or a Division II NAIA school, or Division III NCAA school. You think, okay, my son's on the roster. He had a pretty good fall. He's probably going to get some playing time. Well, all of a sudden, the spring semester comes and there's 3 Division I transfers that showed up. Especially if your son is considering a JUCO, which is all the rage right now. All the rage is, let's go to a JUCO. I'll play for 2 years and then I'll go on to Division I baseball. And that's not how it works. First of all, at a junior college, most junior colleges have a very large fall roster. And so you're fighting, you get 3 years to play 2. And so a lot of JUCOs now are redshirting freshmen. But if you're a freshman and you think you had a good fall at a JUCO and you might have earned the starting catcher's position or, the backup catcher's position, and then Ole Miss cuts a guy and he's a catcher and he's coming down to go to a JUCO, guess who's going to play? The reality is this college baseball landscape is vastly different than what it was 3 years ago. And while COVID played a role, the most significant instigator of this whole transition is Major League Baseball. Those changes that were made above at Major League Baseball have now created a brand new college baseball landscape, and it's not going away. The college coaches that I speak to tell me there will be change with regard to the bowl eligible type of college baseball or Omaha caliber baseball programs and the 1AA. And those 1AA will still be able to play against the higher levels, but when it comes time for championships, one will go to Omaha and another group will be playing maybe in Cary, North Carolina. But there are changes coming to the number of scholarships, to the classifications of Division I and 1AA, and all of these will play a large role with regard to the portal. Please, if you like this video, I need you to do 2 things. One, I need you to subscribe. Lots of people watching the videos for the first time, watching them often, but not subscribing. Heck, help us out here. Give a brother a little thumbs up and give a brother, ring that bell. Make sure you're subscribing. Get the updates that you need to have if you are dealing with a younger student athlete and preparing for the college experience. Go ahead and follow along. Leave your questions and comments down below. I'll be sure to ask them. Ask your family and friends to subscribe to the Baseball Lifer podcast and YouTube channel. You'll be glad you did.